hook before the first gen even pops. Trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Freaky Deity able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. And that is an insta-down. Here we go.
Yes, they are division rivals.
Hey,
welcome
Sam,
back to
there's a
Vigo's
wild
Court,
Sam
everybody. Wild Sam, okay. Welcome back to Vigo's Court, everybody. I'm your Judge Little Ruger, and with me today is the canceled Counselor Poggy, and we've got an exciting... we have an exciting match for you guys on the docket today. Let's see what we got going on.
I don't know if this guy thinks he's God or what, but he's not, because the only people that are gods here tonight, folks, are going to be We Can't Loop in Deity.
For sure. This is Deity's first showing in this, and I am excited to see what they got for us. As he said, this is We Can't Loop versus Deity, division rivals, and we are playing on the Grim Pantry with 168 square tiles, 10,752 meters squared, 9 hooks minimum, 14 hooks max, 1 permagen, which I believe is in the big building, right? Is that actually a permagen? Because it switches places, so that's not technically a permagen, but it might as well be, right? That's about as a permagen as we get.
No, the Grim Pantry has a fixed gen.
Yeah, I think so.
Gen.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought it could be on the back and the front of that building, though. Or is it a different one?
There's one of those two is fixed. I don't know which. I think it's the front one. The one towards the middle of the map, I think is
the
fixed.
The big building is always right by that window on the left.
Oh, okay. Bet. I wouldn't know. I haven't played enough times on this map to notice that one. Usually I just let that one go because I don't care if they pop that gen. It's stupid to go over there. I hate that area. It's looping. It is such an infinite. Survivors can loop that place for days. As a killer, I just don't touch it.
Right.
Just saying.
I think this team would argue with you over
really?
its sake. Yeah.
Oh my god. I've played against these guys. I know for a fact they can loop. Don't let that name fool you. We can't loop. They can most definitely loop. I have seen them do it.
Oh,
did we lose
really
them?
Quick? I think we did, actually. Yeah, we might have. Hang on.
While
we're losing them, I'm going to do a thing really fast. Guys, just ignore this. This isn't really happening right now. So just hang on there. Hang on there, Jethro. All right, I just had to refresh this cache right here. We're doing technical stuff. I'm not with it today. I'm feeling a little bit sick. So. All right.
And when Poggy feels sick, I feel sick. I feel sick without him. Guys, we're not the same.
We have a new thing, and I'm ready to show it off. Guys, we have some stats that are coming in. As we talked about last week and the week before, stats are going to start rolling in. However, it's worth a note that Deity doesn't have any stats yet. This is their debut game, and they're kind of just showing up, replacing a couple of the other teams that had come and gone. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second because I want to hash on that. But really quick, we can look at We Can't Loop stats for sure. And they have a hook differential of -7 with an escape percent of 75%. And they get 100% of their gens done so far in this season with a 56.89% BP total and 23.75 average score. Now, that's
Poggy,
an impressive set of stats.
It really is. I'm going to need you to explain what a hook differential is, though.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people were going to ask that. I was prepared to answer it. A hook differential is quite simple. You take your killer hooks per a match, so 2 matches, let's say that's a total possible of 24, and you subtract that from how many times your survivors got hooked in those same 2 matches, or same 2 games. So a total of 4 trials, we take the survivors and subtract the killer's hooks. So does that make sense, what I just said?
I guess.
So what you're saying is their killer side isn't as strong as their survivor side? Is that what I'm getting?
Actually, it's the other way around. The lower score is better.
Oh, the way around?
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
okay. Okay, low score is
And-
better. Thank you. I appreciate that.
But the added thing that we do to it is we take an average over multiple matches. So the most recent ones, the most recent hook differentials are more relevant than older ones. So it's actually like an overtime average that we take. So it doesn't add up together from each match to match.
Okay, interesting. Very good to know. Very good to know.
And
With an
it's
average
also
score of
worth noting-
23.75, that's really good.
It's also
That
worth
is very
noting
good.
most of our stats only track after 4 games. So someone can't come in and dominate over 1 game and automatically be number 1 in the league. They have to have an average of at least 4 games.
That's true for the leaderboards. Yeah,
Okay.
that's you can find, by the way, on the website, vigoscourt.com/S1, or if you type in !stats into the chat, you can get a link. That's how you can get to see the current standings and current stats and the leaderboards for the survivors and killers, which actually is starting to populate now, as Sam was talking about. So we were discussing Deity a little bit, and Deity is a new team to us, to our league. And Sam or Rue, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about this team, because I have heard some words about them.
I've heard that they're one of the best Dead by Daylight teams in the world. Is that correct, Sam? That's what I've heard.
Yes, top 10. I think they're
Top
actually
10.
number 10, if I'm not mistaken, in the world.
And if I remember, they are looking for killer mains. Is that correct? They are in the market?
They are in the market for killer main. They are. Or maybe one of the current team members might step up and be the killer while they look for some more survivors. It's kind of up in the air.
I may
For
be
sure,
making
but
some
you guys
career
heard it. If
decisions
you
in the
guys-
coming days.
If you guys want to, !Discord, you can join our Discord, join the recruiting channel. Maybe see if trying out with Deity. See if you make the cut. I know that they were going to have very strict requirements, but you never know.
Absolutely.
I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no surprise there. Of course, they would have strict requirements, being like top 3. I think it is the third most skilled team in the world, or at least in the U.S. I'm not sure which one of those
I thought
two
it
is
was-
true, but
I thought it's top 10 in the world. Maybe it's top 3 in the US. I'm not really sure.
It also
they've got some rapport.
it also stands to point out that firstly, none of our teams have played against these quote unquote ranked teams.
Mhm.
And we don't know where these rankings are coming from. I'm sure someone could shed some light on where they're coming from, but I have no clue. I'm literally just repeating what I'm told, and it's catching like fire. So, it could just be a rumor. They could be no.
and we're gonna roll with it though, and we're gonna go with the assumption that these guys are literal gods, as their name implies. So that's what I'm going with.
I mean, we get to see how they play. I mean, I don't think we've seen a squad that has, Deity / what their username is. That seems pretty dope. That seems pretty coordinated. I don't think we've seen a team do that yet.
Do what yet? I'm sorry, I zoned out for
there's
half a
another
second.
team, Pretty Good Squad did do that at one point.
Really cool.
Which is where you get Pretty Good Fang from.
Ah. Okay. I'm getting history lessons here.
Okay.
Well,
Here we have our Survivor Squad. We got Squid, Q-Top, Sad, and GPU, who I feel like throwing a rock at. I don't really know why. I'm having an inkling of throwing a rock at this guy.
what?
Maybe they have diversion?
Oh my god.
Maybe. But
His
I don't know,
nickname
just-
is The Rock. You don't throw rocks at The Rock.
I don't know how this works, okay? I don't know nicknames, how they work. I don't get that. I don't get it. Why would you be
smell
named
what
a
they're
rock?
Cooking. You smell what
Oh.
they're cooking, but you do not.
I mean,
throw a
what I
rock
meant
at
to
them.
say was I smell something coming from Nancy's bosom, something she's cooking, and I'm not sure what it is, but it smells delicious.
What?
Can you smell what the rock is? I'm bad at this, guys. Just forgive me.
Hashtag cringe.
Can
Everyone
you
hashtag cringe if you agree that that was absolutely cringeworthy.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm,
excellent.
Yeah, I think it's the medicine.
The
Probably.
medicine, is that what we're going to go with? Okay. That's okay. Or is it the response from being canceled overnight?
I can't do this anymore, man. I quit. We're done. Roll the outro, somebody. Somebody roll the outro.
You heard it, guys. That's it.
Oh,
Just cut
come
this
on.
at a game over. Oh,
Okay, so they're
goodness.
actually readying up now. Everybody's kind of getting ready
Ready
to
up.
go in. We're about to start up. I'm excited to see this. So this is going to be an extremely tight matchup, I think. Assuming that these guys are as talented as they're led on to be. We already know how good We Can't Loop is, and all these other teams, CDM, they're going to go up in this week as well. So we'll see how they do. However, we're about to run them their ads or for you. Not really an ad, more like a video that explains how this game works, which I guess is kind of like an ad. Hello everyone, we're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Okay, folks, we are back here, and we got ourselves a Ghostface playing against these lovely Deity members. And we're going to just kind of catch up one at a time. This is the first Ghostface that I've seen so far, yes. This would be the first one. And he does see some scratch marks already. I wonder if they've spotted him or if he's following the track marks carefully. I'm not sure. It seems to me like the survivor has spotted them based on the way they're kind of running around the top of this ship or boathouse or whatever we're calling it. Or maybe not. Maybe they just thought they did. Ooh, are we going to get a grab off of that? No grab off of the totem. But is going to try to do his stalking, but not able to. Ends up taking the hit instead and coming out of stealth mode. It's good of Nia to be alert like that, too. That was a risky area for her. And, oh boy, she is going for the Nancy and the Claudette. And I certainly smell things cooking from this here rock. I don't know why rocks would be cooking something, but Deity sad getting the lovely pallets done and walking slowly, happily down, not in a panic at all, being very, very shy and polite, just nicely walking around. I actually like that. I don't know why. I expect her to start running away, and she's just like, no, I'm just going to walk nicely down the stairs and just, be a polite little Claudette. So here we go, GPU now in a chase with the Ghostface underneath the boathouse. As we see Ghostface working around a safe pallet, actually dangerous for the survivors. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. What I meant to say was an unsafe pallet. But it doesn't really amount to anything. No hit or anything. These survivors are showing that they're going to be pretty strong, I think. We haven't seen basically a single down yet. We saw 1 hit, though. Ooh, but Ghostface may be able to get something here, but no, they do break him out, unfortunately. Man, that's actually good for them, but bad for Senor Ghostface, who is going to have trouble sneaking up on people when he can't go into his stealth mode. As we see him now chasing again on Zarina. Zarina takes a hit, works her way to the back and Killer Shack, looking back to behind to see if there's anybody on that generator that he can knock off of it. Hex Ruin, by the way, completely off the table. He's currently a 1-perk killer. We had Corrupt Intervention, Hex Ruin, and Undying, and they got rid of all of it. It's all gone now. Corrupt Intervention's gone. Ruin's gone. Undying's gone. The only thing he has left is that Thanatophobia that we saw, and nothing else. And he's... Are you about to break out again? Oh, God. Oh, God. Thank you, Dead by Daylight. Thank you for that. Holy shit. Okay, so he's following the Claudette inside of this, once again, this house, and he's almost got her. There we go. He's got her exposed now. Now he has to be able to catch up with her. XL Clar is having a hard time capturing these survivors. He does manage to mind camera, though, and it's trying to get around here. He's going to try to get her before she gets to the pallet, I think. Yeah, she's going to go down very nicely. Very, very good. No pallet or anything over here, so it worked out for Ghostface. But that's his first down, and 3 gens have already popped, and I'm pretty sure there's another one about to get done. Yeah, that one's already at 50%. And unless Ghostface has a magic 8-ball, he's not going to know where to go. But maybe he does. Let's see how he pulls this one off. He's not actually just standing there, right? That has got to be a glitch, I think.
I think. I'm not really sure. I can't imagine.
He's definitely following someone else. He's not actually right there.
It's glitched. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't see where Ghostface is, folks, so he is actually in true stealth right now.
Stealth game strong.
Right?
Seriously. Seriously. Okay, there we go. Now he's reappeared magically. We'll just go with that. Thank you very much, Dead by Daylight. Totally fair, legit, perfectly balanced, no problems at all, no exploits. Anyway, so we see now Claudette working her way through Killer Shack. She may end up going down here. And this would, of course, be second down for Claudette, but she gets abandoned, and instead, Ghostface kind of going on a wild goose chase. No, he's back for the Claudette again. So he gave up on Claudette, found her again, and then I guess maybe he lost her or something. But anyway, Squid getting in the way, taking a protection hit. Very nice play there by Squid. Giving Claudette enough time to get to the pallet, but Claudette doesn't use this pallet immediately, instead going for the window and shack, which isn't a bad play at all. Even though without the pallet here, it still is a decently safe window while it's open. So it's no point in not using it, and that's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to try to string these two together, stringing together this pallet with this window. Very smart plays by this Survivor Squad. With only one gen remaining, I don't see much coming out from Ghostface this game at all. And now she's going to be mending herself and possibly healing back up. And taking a little bit of a nap there, waiting for their moment after the 99%. You're not saying a whole lot. I'm wondering if you're just kind of absorbing.
I don't know why you take Ghostface. We saw it earlier. It's so buggy to try and get stalks off. He was standing perfectly still, and it took him out of leaning. Ghostface is just a really tough killer to play in this game right now, and I'm really surprised they took Ghostface, especially against a team with rapport like Deity. I
am compelled to agree with you. I really am. I'm compelled to agree. Ghostface, even though this map it lends itself to stealth at least a little bit, Ghostface does feel like a risky choice. And of course, checking on those survivors, we do hear the other gate as well getting open behind us. This gate now fully opened. So that will be both gates open. They are possibly going to go in for the unhook on the Claudette. But yeah, Ghostface has just been having a shit time trying to catch anyone right now. And he just barely manages to pull out a second hook, which hasn't been tabulated for some reason. There it is. And so he's going to try to protect. But these survivors, fully healthy, working at it together, can block it and manage to get it out. He does take the hit, not able to get a grab, so she is going to get a 1-for-1, which actually was probably a bad play by The Rock. Because that'll give Ghostface some extra potential for slugging and possibly getting some more downs in the process. So really the smarter play here will be to just leave this girl behind. Let the Claudette get out now that you've made that decision. And then, yeah, way back in the corner. Very nice choice, too.
I'm just going to say this. My guess is the reason they gave her the save is either because of borrow time or this person has DS Unbreakable. And so when they go and save her off this hook, they can get them all out. That would be my guess.
Yeah, but I think a mistake, maybe a slight mistake. I don't know if it was a mistake per se, but Nia was there at the hook as well and was fully healthy, just wasn't able to get in the way of the Ghostface to take that extra hit after Nancy had already been hit once. So it kind of ended up screwing. And then, of course, the play there would have been Claudette getting behind the Nia to then take the borrowed time hit. But it didn't really work out that way. However, they're getting fully healthy again, possibly going in for a second attempt, maybe getting a little bit greedy, these guys, which, you know, a team like this that is this strong that we saw playing this well so far, it's not really that surprising to see them going for this at all. And doing it all as a solid team coming from basically 3 different directions. Almost perfect play here as she gets down using Deliverance. Very nice. So she uses a Deliverance in their face. So they all went there as a bluff, I think, and just to take some extra hits as well. They weren't actually going to get her off. They bluffed me, not the Ghostface. I thought they were going in for the unhook, and instead they were going in to protect her as she unhooked herself. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, that's crazy.
And XL Carr working to take that protection and doing a really good job body blocking and just phenomenal plays from this survivor squad, Deity also getting out their survivor. I don't know if they got out by hatch.
Did the
I would
other person
actually
get hatch?
suspect so. We may have to ask them in the post chat.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't see them. Oof.
Yes, it was a hatch.
That was hatch?
Yeah.
Wow.
I take the word for it on that one. That's 3 said yes, so yeah.
Impressive. Just
Holy cow, dude.
And again, I don't get me wrong. The Ghostface build was solid. You take
Yeah.
the 2 add-ons that make him go from a 30-second cooldown on his power to 16, so it's actually like almost like a normal killer's power should be.
Right.
Behavior, please buff Ghostface. Please. He needs love. He needs love so badly, but it just I don't know the thought process behind bringing him to this map. Sure, he can be a little bit more stealthy. You've got a lot of grass to come in, but the grass also blocks your line of sight for stalking. Leaning, like the geometry on these, the geometry doesn't work out for his leaning very well. Just tough. And again, someone pointed out, Ghostface is not a very competitive killer in almost every scenario. There's like maybe 2 maps that you could quantify him as, somewhat competitive on, and this is not one I would say is even remotely close to a competitive. Just unfortunate. I don't know why they brought Ghostface. We can ask them. I'm not really sure the thought process behind that, but we'll
I'd
see.
be curious too.
Showing.
But I was going to ask you,
Score's
what do
right.
you think would have been a better choice for them? Let's talk about that a little bit more after, as we look at some of these highlights as well. But we're going to do a post-game review. We'll be right back in just a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're watching Week 2 matchup division rivals. We Can't Loop versus Deity. And we just watched Deity surviving against We Can't Loop's killer. And here are the results from trial number 2. Okay, so that was trial number 1. Sorry. Wow, I am lost today. Holy cow. Gens, total of them, got 5 escapes. 4 escapes. Yes, all 5 gens. 4 escapes. Only 3 hooks for the poor little Ghostface. I feel so bad. Feels bad, man. And a 0K, unfortunately. And also a hatch escape, by the way. So 7-30 so far for Deity. That is a massive score to open the game with going into trial 2. They're going to be taking the lead. Why is it showing a question? What is wrong with this stuff? I don't understand. Anyway.
Poggy, I'm going to have to call a penalty on you and Rue.
Oh, no. What did I do?
Oh.
What did I do?
It's one of our top players' birthdays, and y'all haven't said anything about it.
Nobody told me. I don't keep track of people's.
We got
I don't
a
even
birthday?
keep track of my wife's birthday. So,
It's Jigs the Killer's birthday.
Jigs the Killer's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Jigs the Killer. We appreciate you and
Happy
hope you're having a
birthday.
nope.
To copyright.
No, that is a no. It's more like Feliz cumpleaños y tú, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, we have to switch lobbies. Yes, switch. Killer does host. There we go. Informing.
So one thing I will say is that yes, 30-7 is a fantastic opening score.
Right.
We've seen teams reply immediately back and immediately bridge that gap almost immediately, like just right after, like trial 2, already back neck and neck. It's entirely plausible, but definitely not the open you would want facing a team like Deity, I would say. And as you pointed out, killers I would have taken. I think the only 2 killers I wouldn't have taken over Ghostface is probably Trapper and Wraith. I think I would have taken almost any other killer over Ghostface.
Now, hang on.
Just
We saw last week. We Can't Loop with a. I believe they brought a Trapper last week, and they did phenomenally well with him. So I don't know. For me, Trapper on this map's actually not too bad because of the grass. It really does well to hide his traps in very good places. But I think I'd be compelled to agree with you. He's not a super strong killer. Ghostface too, with his his stealth ability and his one-hit down thing, it just doesn't really work that well against survivors like this. I would say it's not super strong, but I mean, it wasn't a bad choice either in general. I think it was just a bad choice with this team. It wasn't a terrible choice to me. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's do what you just said. Let's do that thing.
Oh, we got to line it. There we go. Where's the line? Where's the line, Poggy? Oh boy.
There we go.
Oh boy, that was violent. That
is
violent.
just getting a little too weird for me.
It's the delay. We need to time it. It's so difficult. But seriously, like against a team that is known to be this good, I honestly would have maybe even burnt a Freddy just to see how strong they were.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing.
I'd be cautious.
Given how new they are and the fact that we haven't seen them in preseason, we haven't seen them last week, they're brand new, I would have debuted them on a killer that's a little more, I don't want to say standard, but, standard. So something a little more M1-y, run around, have a basic power, but, I mean, I guess Ghostface kind of falls in that category a little bit, but his stealth is a very unique power, so I can't really... Yeah, Bubba would be more what I'm thinking, or even like you said, Freddy. Freddy's a very good middle-of-the-road, good A-tier killer, So I think,
but at least Bubba could have secured a kill here, because to my knowledge, there is no effective way, if Bubba's played correctly, to stop them from face camping a survivor out of the game. Like, I might be wrong there. Unless you're like the hook is right next to the exit gate, then you can get someone off the hook that is decisive, and then, they can't pick them up for 6 seconds, 6 seconds gives them time to crawl out the door. There's that. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They could have at least secured a kill, so...
It was hard. They made it really, really hard. I mean, they did such a good job bombing the hook as a group and just making it very difficult. And then doing the really smart play, which I was actually surprised. I made a mistake in reading it because I wasn't, I don't look at the perk, so I didn't see Deliverance, right? But I was looking at it thinking, oh, wow, Nancy really screwed up here. Nia should have gotten in the way. But really, I think that was a deliberate choice to put Nancy on the hook so she could use her Deliverance to get off. But, I mean, that was just really surprising to me and very impressive play. Very impressive.
Well, I think both of them had Deliverance. I might be wrong about that, but yeah, the fact that the Nancy was the one that was taking the down was, for sure. And that's the thing too, is that maybe the correct play would have been to go after the Claudette to guarantee they didn't get a safe unhook, so the Deliverance wouldn't activate. Because you can't get Deliverance if you hook farm someone. But hindsight 2020, like, how do you make that decision in the middle? Because you would assume they're like, oh, they have borrowed time. That would be the obvious thought. So, oh man, tough. And if you went after the Claudette, borrowed time hits, you get that hit. Just very well executed save from their part. Can't knock it. Well done. Oh man, I'm curious to see how We Can't Loop responds.
Sorry, I was just chatting with the team, just making sure that they're aware of what we're doing. And we're going to be jumping in a second. Here we go. Let's take a look at our Survivor Squad. They're, of course, switching roles now for 2 games. We're going to have We Can't Loop playing Survivor twice, and then Deity playing Killer twice. And then at the end, they're going to do another switch, and then they'll do Deity on Survivor again. So right now, we're looking at the We Can't Loop Survivor Squad, Chicken Pickle TTV, Chef Mitchell TTV. So we got 2 other streamers in here, which, I'd like to see them maybe hop in and do some hosting with us sometime, or guest hosting. That'd be fun. Anyway, Goated A. Iverson 3 and Mr. Watsit Tuya. Now, we've seen these guys last week, and they are very good. So, very strong Survivor Squad. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can hold their own against Deity's Q-Top, who is going to be playing the role of the killer today for them. So, we'll see.
It'll be good for sure. I think this is the almost exact same team that I faced in the preseason. I think Chicken Pickle was not at the time playing, but I assume that if they're on this team, they are just as good as these guys, if not, to a degree better. Just really strong loopers, really good coordination, really tough to play against. This is a very good Survivor Squad.
Right. Yeah. They crushed it last week. I'm looking forward to see how they do today.
For sure. Also, I'm curious to see how Q-Top kills. I haven't seen them in action before, and I am genuinely curious what they bring today.
I have to assume, and because just how strong they are on their Survivor Squad, I know they're looking for killers, but I have to assume that even with that they have a really strong killer who's at least, they're the one that they pick to do it has to be the best one in the group to do it. So we'll see how they do. Let's look at these rules really quick. This is actually going to be how the killer scoring works. All right, everyone, we're going to be looking at how the game works from the killer side. Now, killer points. Each survivor is worth a total of 6 points per survivor. First hook is 1 point, second is 2, and third is 3 points. Progressing is only 1 point. Killer bonus points. Every 5,000 blood points is 1 point. Getting to hatch first is also 1 point. A killer can only be used a total of 3 times in the season. Killers have a 150 millisecond ping limit. Also, should a reset occur, the killer and perks must remain the same. Bringing the wrong map is a forced reset, and minus 10 points. Bringing a killer a 4th time is 10 points off, and changing a build after is also 10 points. Not being on the roster is a 5 point and a reset. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here again. Week 2 matchup, Division Rivals. We Can't Loop versus Deity. So, I don't know what's going to happen, what they're going to bring, but audience, if you want to take some guesses, feel free. I'd love to see what you have to say about it. But yeah, here we go.
If I had to guess, I'd say Bubba.
And you're wrong. We're all wrong. It's a doctor.
Ooh.
Doctor, give me the news. So let's check in on our Survivor Squad, see where they're going. And he is doing his ability now pretty far away from the middle of the map, which maybe he was hoping they'd be in that boathouse, but they're not. We do see Crypt Intervention as well. Right now, we're just kind of in the hunting phase, Rue. So what do you think about Doctor on this map?
I think they're taking a safe litmus test of a killer. They might have seen the console and seen that, you know, the frames on if you're playing on PS4, you do have some frame drops when you play against a Doctor, so that maybe they're hoping to mess around like that. I'm not sure. Ooh, in there in Chase.
Yeah, he just found Steve and was able to secure a hit while I was kind of scrolling through Survivors. Very nice. And gets the down quickly. Now, I was curious. When I first saw him looking for Survivors just now, I was thinking maybe he's looking in some weird spots, like all the way in the corner and the side of the map. It seemed a little odd to me. I don't know if these guys are... I think they're like really super strong Survivor, and like they said, probably lacking in the killer department. But so far, I mean, early hook, not bad. Let's see how he's able to capitalize further. Going to use his power to get these guys into Madness 1. We do see a generator pop already. I believe it was Mr. What's It To Ya. And Chef Mitchell going back for his gen that was just relinquished from him. Chicken Pickle looks like he's going in for the save. And Doctor, once again, just kind of hunting. He found this guy. And he's chasing him. That's Mr. What's It To? Yeah, now I recognize him. A little bit closer I had to get to see it. My eyes are that bad, yes. I was like, is that a man or a woman? All right, so Q-Top gets the hit at the Killer Shack and lets Mr. What's It To You continue on. Kind of just a little bit. He feels a little bit lost, if I'm being honest. He just feels a little bit lost. I feel like his head's not quite in the game on the killer's perspective. Like he's kind of still thinking like a survivor, which is not a bad thing necessarily, but he is struggling just a little bit, but does find Ace and begins the chase around the boathouse. Ace, however, working his way to the outside, dropping that pallet nice and early against the Doctor. That's always a smart play because he is an anti-loop killer. You got to be very careful with Doctors. And Chicken Pickle gets away as Goated Iverson takes a heal, and Mr. What's It To You getting caught a little bit out of place, but probably going to make it to this loop just fine, as he does exactly that. However, goes down, should have maybe taken the window, or maybe if he had a dead heart or something, but unfortunately wasn't able to do it. And we are going to see Mr. What's It To You take second hook.
That'll be first hook.
I'm sorry, first hook. Thank you. For some reason, I thought it was Goated Iverson again. My fault. Chicken Pickle is still injured. He has not yet healed himself, and it looks like he's trying to go in for the actual unhook, which is potentially risky. However, if he's the only one with borrowed time, or the only other one with borrowed time, maybe the other one's busy, that would make sense why he's making that. And he finds an entire group of survivors here who are now all working their way towards Killer Shack. And they do still have the safety of the loop and the window. And I think they're all going to kind of split up right here. Unfortunately, he couldn't throw the pallet, so he is possibly going to go down. Yes, Chicken Pickle going down quickly right here. And that is first hook for Chicken Pickle. As we see Q-Top continue his reign of terror. 2 generators done so far. Can these survivors pull it out? I don't know. Doctor is actually starting to pressure. Seems like he's getting his head in the game. And he does get another down on Goated Iverson. That would be second hook for Goated Iverson. So far, I was a little bit concerned about this Doctor actually doing a whole lot of damage, but he seems to be pulling through pretty strong at this point. And I love how they still scream on the ground. That's still my favorite thing.
One thing I got to say that he's doing super well, he's juggling the madness tiers properly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, everybody's got some madness right now, and the 2 of them have madness 3. And Mr. What's-It-To-You going for the unhook is going to have a little bit of trouble as he gets down right around the outside. Doctor probably going to leave him slugged, as he just did with Steve, and kind of trade that 1-for-1, trying to get as many hooks as possible. Now, I, as Doctor would say, why wouldn't I camp this? But he's going to go in for the hook, which isn't a bad play either. Not a bad choice. This hook isn't that far away either, and he could probably pressure both of them if he's quick enough. And Steve gets off the hook. Cheryl running into the jungle gym, where the generator's already completed. Doctor is again going after Steve. Steve using a dead heart, trying to get further distance, but doesn't get it and goes down. Goated Iverson, though, is an obsession, so Doctor's probably a little bit worried about decisive strike, and we'll leave him on the ground for now. And we did, of course, see Mr. What's-It-To-You also getting off the hook. Trying to take a heal. They're having a little bit of trouble. I don't know what's going on there, but they're having some trouble completing a heal. Chef Mitchell taking a hit, though. Where is Mitchell? There you go. So he did actually catch up with Chef Mitchell. And unfortunately, this might be the end. No, but balance landing going to give him the distance he needs to get away. Chef Mitchell using that effectively, but there's no pallet here anymore. Ooh, and he mind games around him. That was fabulous. We saw that happen yesterday with one of the other killers. That was just so fabulous. That happens very often to me, too, I think. Really, really well played by Chef Mitchell.
That was great. That was fantastic.
But she does end up going down, unfortunately. And these survivors have been stuck at 3 gens for quite some time now and are just now starting to apply pressure to these gens again. But Doctor going back in hard on these survivors who were just now working on a gen and pressuring them. We saw 2 of their auras there. And unfortunately, he's going to let them kind of just run off. I think he's going to just stay with the hook. First hook for Chef Mitchell. He hears a survivor working up there, healing themselves possibly, trying to bait them to fall down. But they're not taking the bait right away. And instead, working on the pallet. Very nice. Trying a little bit too hard to get him to come down, but not really able to secure that. But does get him around the loop. The loop's not a particularly safe one. It can be very safe if played correctly, but unfortunately, I think Doctor did a successful mind game, so was able to capitalize on that. Very nice. And that is Death Hook for Mr. What's-It-To-You, as a generator also does get done in exchange. 2 generators, actually. And now we see Steve again taking a Styptic agent hit inside the boathouse, running outside the back, working his way around, and we see Doctor continuing that chase with Steve.
That's smart. Iverson's just trying to waste as much time as possible now.
That is exactly what Iverson should be doing. Just continuing that chase, wasting as much of that time as he can. But unfortunately, Doctor does a perfectly well-timed shock and is able to stop Steve from taking the vault and getting the down. That is going to be 3rd hook for Iverson. These survivors are having a tough time against this Doctor, who is getting an F-ton of hooks against We Can't Loop.
This is Crack Doctor for you. They did that really well. That was such a perfectly timed shock.
And, of course, we do see them again not able to complete a generator as Doctor's going to pressure it very quick off the hook. Very nice. And working around this surprisingly safe loop. This loop's a lot safer than it looks at first glance. It's pretty much like half of a shack wall, but she does end up taking a hit. as a result of the doctor doing, I mean, really, really well-timed shocks. Just beautifully timed. And does get him down outside as we see Steve, was it? Who was that? No, that was Ace. Ace being pressured again. He is going for the 4-man slug on Chicken Pickle. And he does find scratch marks, so he knows exactly where to go. He's just going to chase him down. Now, the only way this works is if Chef Mitchell has Unbreakable. I think we see that yellow, guys. We know that Chef Mitchell does, in fact, have Unbreakable, so he is going to get back up, which is going to have to give the doctor some more wasted time, hopefully, for the survivors. So far, Ace has managed to take him all the way across to the other side of the map. Chicken Pickle using a dead hard to get a little extra distance. Again, though, Doctor doing really well-timed shocks to prevent the use of certain windows and pallets, but unfortunately, that's going to be it for Ace. And again, Doctor going to go in for the 4-man slug. I never expected to see We Can't Loop go down like this, but Chef Mitchell is able to secure that last generator, is hopeful that maybe he can get away from the generator fast enough and far enough, but I think Doctor's already onto him. So it may be too little too late for We Can't Loop to be able to actually get any escapes, but 5 gens is nothing to sneeze at. Surely a decent score.
With the amount of pressure they had, I'm surprised they even got the 5th gen done. That's really well done.
Yeah, I mean, that's really insane that they were able to keep up with this. I mean, the Doctor started off what I thought was a little weak, but then came through very strong and a nice whiff there. And unfortunately does go down at the window. So that's going to be GG's, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's all she wrote. And Q-Top coming in strong in their first killer match with a 10-hook game. He seems a little excited, I think, guys. You think he's a little excited?
Good first showing. That's a really strong doctor play.
Jigs in the chat, he said, wow, GG on both sides. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the survivors did incredible getting all 5 gens done. That was insane that they were able to secure that. But the doctor is still getting 10 hooks. I mean, it was just... This is probably the... This is like an even game, I think. This one in particular. Fairly even. Not really with the escapes, but in terms of, like, objectives getting completed, I would say pretty even.
I say they would have needed at least one escape to call it close to even.
Probably.
The doctor managing to get all the kills. Ruin was MVP this game.
Yeah,
Ruin
it really was.
Outperformed. If they had gotten Ruin earlier on, I don't think it would have been nearly this close. Just so much regression work, constantly harassing gens. Just really, honestly, really strong job just juggling the survivors. This is a really good crack doctor build. They made good use of corrupt in the early game zoning. The static blast was unfortunate that it didn't really give them any information. I don't think that was an incorrect play. Go to the other side, see if you get any survivors in madness, find out where someone is, and that didn't happen. But they recovered very quickly from it, finding a survivor and getting on their trail and applying madness pretty quickly after that. And 4th perk, Sloppy, seems fine to me. Just making sure survivors are wasting time. That seems fine. Medkits and good heals can kind of counteract it, but again, you're wasting more people's time. Just, again, right. Making waste time as much as possible. Really good job. Really good job.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. We're going to look at the post-game review. That was We Can't Loop versus Deity. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. You're watching Vigo's Court, and this is your post-game review. So, folks, we saw trial number 2 just now. 5 generators getting done, but unfortunately, 0 escapes. Sad panda. However, the doctor doing extremely well, getting 10 hooks, nearly a perfect game on his first time out with a 4K. So really well played by Deity. And we're going to be seeing that now 12-25 in favor of Deity in trial number 2. And going forward, Deity is leading. And again, we have question marks, but it is what it is, I suppose. Anyway, folks, I hope you're enjoying this. This is intense so far, but Deity is kind of just crushing it.
For sure. It's just really well done doctor play. I can't be for sure, but my guess is that Q-Top probably plays a lot of Doctor. They were using his ability to bait the dead hard. It was a cracked Doctor build and a solid one at that. Very good job juggling survivors, knowing the gens to pressure at any given time. It was very late in the game before that center gen fell, which is very, very good for the Doctor. That center gen being one of the ones you really want to pop early if you can help it, just because it splits the rest of the game up so well.
Right.
Very adept play. Very, very adept play. I wouldn't be surprised if they said, oh yeah, I've got 400 hours on Doctor or something like that. Just good utilization of his abilities. At any given time, 2 to 3 survivors were being put into Madness Tier 3 constantly. Static Blast was well utilized, getting a couple shocks in here and there to make sure that they were on the verge of going to Tier 3. This one mind game with them and Mr. Whatsatuya was really, really good on Mr. Whatsatuya's part. It's unfortunate that it didn't end up working out for them. They just a split second sooner should have gone for the vault and they would have got it. But again, it's really hard because the Doctor is constantly messing with your TV, right? Your monitor. You got a red stain on you constantly. You're constantly hearing random noises. It's really hard to pin down where the doc is. And that's just part of being against the Doctor. Just fantastic play on the Doctor's part. I am fascinated to see what they bring next. Actually, I'm curious what they will bring next. At this point, do you think they'll bring a trapper out and try and go into safety mode, or do you think they're gonna bring out a similar tier killer and go for another 4K if they can help it?
I mean, they could just as well bring out Doctor again, but I personally would want to save Doctor for. I mean, but I'd want to save Doctor. But if Q-Top is only good at playing Doctor, they said they're looking for more killers, so I don't know if they only have Doctor main or if they have another player that they play as. So whatever that is what it's going to be. For me though, I would of course bring Hag. This is her home map, and her traps are beautiful on this map. But
Poggard high five incoming.
Poggard high five, yeah. Just redeemed.
Fine. All right. Here's your high five, folks. Are you ready? A 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2.
Oh.
There you go.
I almost got it. So close. So close. The delay will never get me. Delay will always get me. Dang,
you gotta
it.
anticipate.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
I do.
Fine.
I'm just not used to the delay. It's like a 3-second delay.
And thank you, StarFox1728, for that redeem. Appreciate it. We're probably going to raise the price on that thing at some point. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Don't forget to follow Rue. What else can they do?
They can check us out at vigoscourt.tv. Vigoscourt.tv, you can get merch supporting your favorite teams, like Deity, possibly. We have shirts and stickers to support your favorite teams. I'm going to be repping Undying Alliance very, very soon. I'm excited to get my own shirt. And we have patreon.com/vigoscourt as well if you want to support us on there, help the channel grow. Follow, subscribe, like Poggy said. And we have YouTube as well. You can check us out on, where you can see some of these games afterward. If you missed a match, we upload them to there. You want to go back and rewatch your games, try and study what you can do better for the next round. You can also do that. Just a really good resource, in my opinion. I've come and back and checked some games as well of mine, just to catch up. Maybe I did this wrong. I can do this better. But we got.
I don't know if anybody's
check us out on.
I was going to say, I don't know if anybody's actually been using that resource yet, the archives that I'm keeping on Google Drive. But yeah, that's where we're keeping them. We're storing them on Google Drive as well, and I keep a link up on the Discord every so often. I'll post it to remind everybody, hey, you can go here, download the Season 1 archives, and you can watch them there, and you can watch them without any commentary, so you can get the full depth of the gameplays.
Also, if you are considering looking into joining us or becoming a part of the league, you can do !Discord to join the Discord server and maybe jump on a team, talk to the players, hang out with us. We're all here. We're having a good time. I personally enjoy the Discord very much because you never know what people are going to be talking about at any given time, and it's kind of a mess, and it's great.
It's wholesome though. There's nothing nasty or bad. It's very wholesome. Very good people.
Very wholesome.
Very
lots
nice
of Dead by
bunch
Daylight
of people.
memes.
Yeah, lots
of Dead by Daylight memes.
Some of the chat,
as there should be,
as well. While we're here, as we're waiting for them to ready up.
Reach is saying this is crazy to watch. It is definitely crazy to watch. A great first showing for Deity for sure. He got spun for all the montage. There was a good 360 there. I believe it was a Cheryl Mitchell TV. Was the Cheryl, and they did a really good 360. Couldn't quite combine it into that window. If they had done that, that would have been very impressive. Probably would have extended that chase by at
No,
least
that
another 10
one right
seconds.
there.
Oh, that one
we just saw.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I forgot about that. That was good. That was really good. Oh, my goodness. And that, like Poggy said, that's happened to me before as well. Oh, goodness. Oh, this game was fun. This game was very fun. Doctor did a really good job. Survivor's also doing a good job to, like, despite the pressure that Doc was applying, they still managed to get all 5 gens done. If Goated Iverson had just, again, that shock at that the loop at the big house, if that shock had not gone through and they were able to, maybe loop another 20 seconds, they might have actually gotten a 1 or 2 man escape potentially out of that. But Doctor's just perfect pinpoint shock, just well done. Well done indeed.
Yeah. Literally every shock was very effective. I don't think he missed a single shock. They were all extremely well-timed, very effective shocks. I was impressed. I can't do that, so well played, sir. And somebody said, I want to see Q play nurse. Did you already answer that one? I want to see Q play nurse. Yeah, that might be interesting.
No, but Xavier was saying that they do play more than just Doctor. So, like I said, Xavier, I would imagine they would save nurse for a different game.
All right. Well, really quick, folks, we're going to look at the Survivor rules so you guys can see how the scoring is handled for Survivors. We'll be right back after this. All right, folks, we're going to be looking at how the Survivors side earns their points, and let's look at all their objective score points, counting down from 5 generators. 5 and 4 are worth 1 point each, 3 and 2 gens are worth 2 points each, and 1 is worth 3 points. 1 escape is worth 1 point, 2 escapes is worth 2 points, 3rd escape is worth 4 points, and the 4th escape a total of 5 points. Every 16,000 scored is worth 1 point. First to hatch also gets 1 point. Survivor penalties: bringing banned or limited items, perks, or add-ons is minus 10 points. Changing build after reset is also minus 10 points. And starting with the wrong skin or avatar or a non-listed roster player is minus 5 points as well. All right, folks, we're going to be looking at how the Survivor side earns their... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here again. Week 2 matchup division rivals. We Can't Loop versus Deity. A surprisingly strong team. Surprisingly strong? No. Just a new team that people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're that strong. So, I mean, in that sense, it's surprising. But Q-Top bringing a piggy, which kind of like Ghostface, I feel like is not ideal on this map. However, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a lie. Well, then again, Ghostface doesn't have the special power that Pig has, which is, of course, her broken hats. And that's, I love the pig hats, honestly. That's the best part. The trouble, though, is actually getting people down with the pig first is very challenging. But let's see how Q-Top manages to do that. He did really well with Doctor. It's hard to think he wouldn't be able to do the same here. And he does get Steve in the face as Steve was running past a totem. She basically had a full-on view of Steve that entire time. And now chasing on the top of the boathouse is going to work his way around to see if he can get to some safety, but maybe not going to make it. Ooh, very close. He does dead hard forward, but ultimately goes down around the outside. Not able to find any safety or get away at all. Unlucky for Steve, getting a first hat before the gen's done, and first down, first hook. So what do you think about Pig on this map?
That was a really quick first hook.
It was.
I think it's the correct build. They have the one that makes it longer to check the boxes. This is a slightly larger than medium-sized map, I would say. And so having 4 boxes in 4 corners, making them just run everywhere, really good job idea. Or I like it. I like it personally.
Yeah, I agree. And frankly, I'm surprised to see a pig, but at the same time, you're right. It's actually a really good choice. Like, I would not have thought to bring pig. And we do see a gen getting done, another one almost getting done. We also saw Chef Mitchell working on a totem, which tells me these survivors may have learned a thing or two from the last game, and a nice whiff there. I think what they learned is, hey, maybe we should actually focus totems a little harder. And unfortunately, another whiff, though, is going to play against trying to get Francis down. Mr. What's It To You working his way around the outside right now. And it seems to be able to get to safety. However, Pig comes back up behind. No pallet there anymore. She's already kicked it, so it's going to go down, not able to get to the shack or any other form of safety for him either. Goated Iverson is working on his helmet. Let's see how he's doing with that. So he is currently about to maybe get it off. Let's see. No luck there, my good man. You have to go all the way to that one. And that's first hook for Mr. What's It to You. Q-Top opening strong, as usual from the last game. Seems like this is going to be a trend.
One thing I will say is I'm surprised they brought Pig, because I think that Pig is a fairly strong killer for applying some early game pressure. So
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we see happening. However, we also saw Goated Iverson now getting interrupted off the box and not able to get the helmet off again. So while the timer does stop for that period, he is going to have to work his way all the way back to another one and start the whole process over. Although the timer will pick up where it left off. So let's see how this plays out for Steve. Maybe we'll actually see a pig hat go off today.
I think we will.
We've only seen one so far, I think.
Yeah, I think that messed up their timing.
Quite possibly. Get a cue on that, and we see Iverson working his way to dead hard forward into that pallet. Very nice. And the pig is taken on the bait there to whiff, but ultimately it wouldn't have mattered anyway because the whiff is kind of just inevitable at that point. So it was a good idea to swing at least. And Iverson now working on another one. That's his first box?
No, I'm sorry, second box.
Yeah, he already worked on one. But even that, second box could be very high RNG, and we don't know. Maybe it'll be third or fourth that he's actually going to get. Actually, we see 5 boxes or just 4?
No, that's just 4, I believe.
Okay.
It should be 4.
So now he's in a chase with Ace. Ace taking a hit at the top of the
I'm pretty sure
boat.
that's 5.
Is that 5?
I think it is, but I can't really tell. It's moving too quickly. Trying to count. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 that I see. And I think it's just a fourth one to the right. 4. It's 4, yeah.
4 is the default.
We got this.
You have to have an add-on for 5.
Yep. However, everybody's now injured, and oh god, I think Steve's about to die. Oh, there it goes, our little Stevie boy.
Wow.
That is a fast death. Wow, wow, wow. Unfortunate. Oh, man. Mr. What's It to You may, in fact, suffer the same fate here if he's not careful.
He will take that medkit, though.
He definitely will. And generator popping does activate his helmet. And what is Chef Mitchell doing? Chef Mitchell going to go down to the pig, unfortunately. A very strong showing on pig on this map. I was not expecting to see this. Holy crap. Folks, you saw it here first on Vigo scored. Don't forget to get that follow button, by the way. Oh boy, so healing up now. That's good. They got their helmet off. Chef Mitchell, the only one with a helmet at the moment. Chicken Pickle injured and working on a generator. Risky proposition there, as we do see Pig now coming at him. He only has 1 hit before he goes down. And I don't think he's going to make it very far. He does dead hard for that extra distance. Unfortunately, this is an unsafe pallet, so he knows that. Tries to get away from it. Working his way back to the pallet to vault over it, and does go down. The Pig doesn't fall for the fake. And that was a tough one. That was a really tough one. Well played by Chicken Pickle, but I mean, ultimately stronger for the killer in that situation.
I appreciated the attempted mind game there.
Absolutely. It was a very good attempt. Mr. What's It to You, kind of walking around nicely, slowly, patiently working his way to not leave track marks around, going for the generator. However, Pig may be onto him. No, maybe not. She kind of went the other way. Chef Mitchell just walking around with a bear trap on her face. Chicken Pickle still hanging out. And Pig is just waiting patiently near the hook. Kind of waiting for something to happen. No triggers, no nothing. So it wouldn't really make sense to deviate too far from the hook or the safety of these 3 generators that they have over here. So she knows something's going to happen and does go back towards the hook now. As these survivors do secure the unhook, and all are together. And then only now are they starting to split up here at the boathouse, kind of leaving some extra track marks behind to get maybe some aggro onto the Francis. Chef Mitchell and Chicken Pickle working their way the other direction. Chicken Pickle kind of working to the outside. Has to go to a box pretty soon, although his helmet's not activated yet, so it's not a big rush, but does want to get it off early nonetheless. And as we suspected, Q-Top now following the Francis, who did manage to pick up that aggro. And is going to take a hit inside. And unfortunately, a second hit, very nicely played by the pig, able to do a double hit with that Save the Best for Last. By the way, 8 stacks of Save the Best for Last.
They've done a good job using their ability to target the obsession so they don't lose stacks.
They really did. They really did. And we do see Mr. What's It to you again taking a hit off the hook. However, using borrowed time to get away. It was a very fast unhook. Balance landing will give him some extra distance as he gets to the safety of the shack. However, these survivors are not really getting anything done. Like, there's no generators getting worked on or nothing. And Mr. What's It to you just kind of standing there and taking it down. I don't really know what the call was there, but that was an interesting choice. Chicken Pickle gonna have to drop this. There he goes. And, oh, unsafe goes around the short side. Very nice. And, again, securing another down. At this point, if I were the Survivor Squad on this one, I would say we should probably just go ahead and either finish a gen if we can, if we're confident about it, or we should just go ahead and die on hook. Because you're just going to keep feeding those hook points to this killer at this point, and it may work out dangerously for you.
Yeah, I don't see them finishing 3. I don't even see... Honestly, I don't even know if they can finish a gen at this point. If this Cheryl finishes a gen, I'll be impressed. This pig has been juggling them so much.
Ooh, that was almost a hit at the top of the ramp. Very close, but not quite. It is possible to hit them from down there. He was nicely off to the right, but ultimately does go down because of the window not being close enough to him, so not able to get the distance he needed. So let's see, are they going to be able to finish a generator or not? They're kind of reset going to a different one.
Yeah.
And that's Death Hook for Mr. What's It to you. And it'll be Death Hook for Chicken Pickle once he gets downed, and I believe second hook for Chef Mitchell. Now, I don't know if we didn't calculate Goated Iverson's helmet, but we'll see. Ooh, an interesting whiff. Very nice mind game turning around there. Ooh. Does bait out a dead hard, and we'll probably get him down right here. Oh, and a grab. Very nicely played by not Chicken Pickle, Q-Top, but a decisive strike will give him an extra out, which is exactly what he needed right now. I can't really tell if that vault was deliberate by Chicken Pickle to bait in the grab, or if the grab was something that the pig was going for. Pigs and chickens, it's almost like a farm.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's going to be the downfall of Cheryl, Chef Mitchell. So we have a chef and a chicken and a pig. So, Chef, can you cook something up? I don't know.
I mean, this is the beginnings of my favorite pizza.
It's true. He still has Unbreakable, so maybe he is cooking a little secret up. And there goes the Unbreakable. Chicken Pickle. Kinda still just working his way to get away, but gonna go down, I think. Oh, trying to save them stacks, but why this far into the game? I don't know.
Maximizing available points.
I would have just taken the down at that point. If I'm being real, at that point, I would have just taken the M1. I would not have pushed so hard to keep my stacks at that point. But I get it. You worked so hard to get them, so you're kind of desperate to hang on. I understand.
I do believe Q-Top is a fan of min-maxing.
Seems that way. And Q-Top is chasing through the boathouse at the moment. Another unsafe pallet for these survivors. Semi-safe, depending on how it's played, but very nice. He does go over softly. He does the soft crawl over to sneak away. And is able to make her think he's still standing there. So Chicken Pickle is going to have to find a way to get away completely from the pig. So working his way upstairs. No, never mind. He decides to jump off. Are they actually about to finish a generator? I don't think so. Pig is getting very close. No, she's coming in for the down. Cheryl using a sprint burst to get some extra distance. Very lucky. But does go down. Yep. One Zed says, ending a game with 8 stacks is so satisfying, though. See, I know that's what it's about. Like, I get it. Like, I understand. It's just, you know, but you don't need to win the game. So, and that's the double down. That'll be the 4-man slug, and no more unbreakable for Chef Mitchell. So, GG's. The only hope now is if Chef Mitchell happens to have Hatch spawn underneath him. Or something like that.
Right?
We've seen miracle plays before, folks.
True.
Not going to be good enough. Going right back for it. Going to get all the wiggle points, too, though. And, of course, going out with 6 stacks of Save the Best for Last. So, really not a great killer in general. If he's not able to get all 8 stacks, rather. He only getting 6. I mean, I'm not really that impressed. Could have done a lot better. Get good, you know? Like, seriously.
Oh, my word. Oh, my goodness. I'm surprised they brought Pig. Pig is such a good killer in this like meta. And they brought him. Maybe they're just wanting to go for a dominant first showing. I'm very curious.
Very tough choice to me, but it worked out. I mean, it worked out.
Oh yeah, absolutely crushing performance from Q-Top. They say they need an extra killer so they can focus on Survivor, but man, that was some good killer play. And they didn't even bring any, A/S tier killers, to say, just sticking with the the B C tier, which again in this league B C tier doesn't really mean anything. You can make anything work if you really try, but pretty standard build: Corrupt, Ruin, Undying. Save the Best for last because again Pig can save stacks like they did for most of the game, and it worked out for them. They got that hit on what's it to you, and then immediately hit them again through the window, which you can only do with Save the Best for last.
Scores right.
Worked for them really well.
All right, so really quick, we're going to do a post-game review, and we're going to come back, and Rue, you're going to walk us through some highlights, because I want to review that a little bit more.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, folks, we're watching Week 2 matchup division rivals. We Can't Loop versus Deity. So far, it's been an amazing display by Deity. We Can't Loop holding their own, though, but still having trouble. So we'll see how they do going forward. They only got 2 generators done, unfortunately, and... trial number 3, we also saw 0 escapes, of course, and no hatch or anything, unfortunately, and 10 hooks that game. So that's 2 10-hook games in a row for Deity with a total of 4 kills again. So just completely impressive. 5-25 in favor of Deity. Deity is coming out super strong with their first game in this season with us at all. So Deity leading going into trial 4 by a lot. By a lot. Rue, walk us through.
Oh, where do you even begin? That from the very beginning, getting that chase with Iverson, getting early hat on them. We've seen repeatedly now, the first person that gets put on the ground gets the hat. They often end up dying against a Pig. It seems like every Pig match I've seen, the first person that gets put on the ground and put a hat on, they've died, and this was no different.
But that's got to be RNG, because we went from never seeing a pig hat death to this is our second one.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and we've seen quite a few pigs.
It could be that. I think also they are learning to pick more optimal add-ons, because in some maps that are smaller, you definitely want to go with the 5 boxes instead of the 4. But on a map like this, where more than likely you're going to get spawns in really far corners, and that's not a breeze to walk through. You got really long edges to run across. Making the timer take longer instead of having that extra box, I feel like is more optimal. And I think they only got through 3. I don't think they even got to check the 4th one. I think they only got the 3. Now, it would have been the 4th one that would have got them off, so that might be RNG, but the Pig also delayed them and chased them away from a potential box too. Just It was a bit of RNG, but the pig also delayed them. I think if the pig had not delayed them and pushed them away from that box, they might have actually gotten it off, because they were halfway through, I think, the timer to get the hat off, and the pig chased them away from the box. So
I'm not an expert on this, but counterplaying against the pig, my understanding would be that the best thing to do, if you know that it's a pig and somebody gets hatted immediately, to maybe, and there's the kill, it may be to wait for the generator, like hold the generator before you let go let them get the hat, or at least start getting the hat. That way the RNG will have a little more time. Because I think it's better than just popping the gen so the timer starts. I don't know.
It's a tough call, because if you stop, because you saw they were pretty close to getting that gen done. They had Ruin Undying. You can't just sit there and gen tap all day. It's like, okay, did you get your first box through? Okay, now you'll complete the gen, because you're wasting so much time. That's what pig does. It's a massive time waster. But
you have to ask yourself: is that time worth
question.
it? Ultimately, if you're getting a kill, like if you're risking killing someone in the process, you're losing an entire teammate. Maybe it's worth the time investment to just sneak away from the gen and give that guy a time to at least start the process of getting the helmet off. And maybe in that time, you could be looking for totems or something like that. I don't know. Like you said, it's a tough call, and I don't think there's an easy answer. But I'd be interested to hear what our audience thinks.
What I will say is that it is a great question to ask them as a team and say, what was your thought process on finishing that generator? Were you just going to try and hope that it was good RNG, you're going to get it off in the first two, or what was their call, or what was it? Who made that call, actually? I'm curious. Or did they come to it together? I'm curious. Because, again, I don't play Survivor. I play Killer, so I wouldn't really know what their thought process is regarding that. I just know that I'm playing a killer that slows down the game a lot. Can you imagine what this would be like if this was... What's up?
I was to say, so far, I've seen most people saying that so far it's not a good strat with Ruin. That seems to be the consensus so far, but I am curious if they will continue down that road, if that is the continued consensus. Currently, the score 83-24. We can't loop, can't come back. I haven't been invited to a game yet, Sam. If you could look into that, I'm waiting on an invite from We Can't Loop's Killer.
What I will say is that I'm very curious what this would look like if Ruin was the old school Ruin. The one that made everybody's head hurt with the skill checks.
Oh no! Can we not go back to that?
Impossible skill check block would be the worst.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember that build. I ran it a couple times back in the day, but yeah. Overall, I do think Ruin had a change for the better from its original intention, because now it's overall really decent, whereas before it was pretty bad at the high ranks, but at the low ranks it was just abysmal and very unfun to play against.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Now it's just... Then they came out with Undying, and it just became really, really strong. And I know survivors would argue it's very oppressive, but my counter argument is, you guys have proved thyself resilience. I don't want to hear it, but cleanse totems. Take a page from PGS's book. But luckily, I'm not the one making these decisions for behavior regarding how they choose to tune their game. So if I had to say, Ruin would be a baseline structure in the game. Make it as hard as possible for the survivors. I'm sorry, this is a horrible tangent. Anyway.
No, it's okay. I've been tangenting pretty much all day. My head is here, but I'm still feeling a little bit dizzy from possibly getting the flu. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to keep my head in the game because this is exciting and I'm really enjoying the matchup for sure.
Cam12 says, gotta break Ruin against Pig and my IMO. 100%. Both games, they did not break Ruin. And that might have been just straight up their downfall. Good killers will juggle you back and forth and make sure you lose as much progression as possible and waste as much of your time. And they did that the entire time. So, Ruin again, yeah. Actually, like looking into it more and thinking about it, Ruin again was kind of just the MVP here. They lost so much time in gen progression because of Ruin. And again, you can't, like they said, it's so bad to not finish a gen hoping that your survivor can get a hat off, because you're going to lose half a gen potentially, or you're going to waste 2 survivors' time. Tough, very tough. I'm just surprised they brought Pig. Pig is so strong. I would have thought they would have brought in, Wraith or Trapper, not a really good killer like this. So I don't know. Maybe they're just, flexing a bit, showing that, hey, I can play a bunch of different killers really adeptly. Maybe that's their thought. Maybe because it's their debut, they want to show that we are Deity. Maybe that's their thought process here.
I mean, going into it, like you said, I was surprised. I was expecting them to not be that great at killer. I really wasn't, because they said they were looking for one. So I thought, well, maybe they're just not, maybe it'll be just mediocre killer play and they'll get some hooks and stuff. But no, not even close. Not even sort of like that.
Ninetail says PGS has done nothing to earn the totem rep. I beg to differ. You destroyed my totems in the first 2 minutes.
I can concur that for sure. It should be pretty good totem, not pretty good squad, because that's all they ever do is totems. Hunters. Yeah, pretty good totem hunters. There we go. Oh man, so
I mean,
folks,
to be fair, that's a good
they're
strike.
getting ready. They're getting ready right now,
Okay.
so we'll be invited in a second, and we see the same squad as before and the same killer, I think, as before. XL Car and Rue.
All right.
What would you do if
sir.
you had some spare time right now? Like,
If I had
what would
some
be the
spare
first thing?
time,
And maybe some spare
I
money.
would ponder running an advertisement. But if we're talking about spare money, I go to VigoSquared.tv. What?
I actually have something that I think Poggy should probably look into in his spare time.
Oh.
Look above you, Poggy.
Is it that score that's 0-0?
I don't need this, okay? I don't need it.
Oh.
I don't know why it says
it's
0-0.
so good.
I don't know why. I feel like that
I
scene
don't know
from
either.
feels like that scene from when he's talking to Wilson in Castaway. He says, "I don't know why." Like, I wonder what Wilson said in his head there. Anyway, there you go. 24-83 in favor of Deity.
That would be great if I knew what Castaway
It's
was.
over that way, I think, right? No, that way. There we go. So like up. So I
Yeah.
gotta put a little marker up there that says on my wall what that is, so I can look up at it.
Yeah, just coordinate where to look, because I'm always used to looking at you for the most part. I don't usually look at the score, but
It's funny
point.
when I'm looking at you, I am actually looking at you. You're over there on my screen, so that works out.
yeah,
That's why I put you there.
easy. Aww.
So
you're
literally,
not
someone
gonna-
said PGS always does totems in chat. Pogard ran with it. No, I come from PGS. I can attest to the fact that all they ever do is totems. Like that's the first thing Pretty Good Fang goes out and does, is just hits every single totem she sees, dull or otherwise, doesn't care. Even if one of her friends has inner strength, she's like, no, screw your inner strength. I'm doing your totem right in your face. So that's
Sounds
just
like someone's salty.
not salty. I'm not salty.
Did Pretty Good Fang take one of your totems when you ran
No.
your strength?
No, I don't run inner
no.
strength. That was just I'm not salty. I'm not.
I don't believe you anymore, Poggy. Oh goodness. I mean,
Why
I'm salty
are
too.
high
They
fives
destroyed
out
my
of
totems.
stock? Why? Why are high fives out of stock? What are we doing? Well, you know what? Supply and demand. Price is going to go up tomorrow.
Actually, Poggy, there have been 2 that were redeemed that y'all didn't do. So
No,
Okay, good.
when we do one, it counts as 2 because there's 2 hands involved.
Wow.
Nope.
Poggy,
That's
I
not
think
how
you
that
gotta
works.
give it to the people. I think you gotta give one back.
I don't have to do any. Okay, fine. Here we go. Folks, you're going to get your high five right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pop! Oh, love that delay. Poggy, you're ridiculous.
delay is
no,
so
I'm
cringy.
not. It's not cringy. It's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, it's cringy, but it's
Oh,
okay.
man.
We're going in now. We're going to
fine.
watch the rules
Fine.
one last time. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone. We're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Okay, folks, don't get any ideas. Don't you dare leave your seats. We're here for trial number 4, Deity and We Can't Loop. And we see Deity surviving with We Can't Loop bringing a clown, a colossal clown, the killer clown, the quirky clown, other words that start with C. And XL Car is going to work his way around the back of the boathouse. And he hears something, but I think that was, yeah, that's Bones. Yep. So we do hear Bones, and Clown is going to get some early pressure on a Nia. It's a very nice bottle throw to open. And does secure a hit on Nia. Very nicely played. Striver's working on a gen already. They're almost finished one. And Nia now kind of holding the chase with the Doctor for the moment, as Doctor is going to dedicate, I do believe. Yes, he is dedicating to this Nia. And
Doctor?
Throwing bottles... Dr. Fiddle. You know why I said doctor? You know why? It's really actually a simple explanation. No, not just because we just had a doctor. That's part of it. But really because I associate Clown's ability with doctor as well. Because they're so similar.
Ah. Anti-chase. Gotcha.
Yeah. The anti-loop build. Or the anti-loop ability. But Deity's Squid is going down. And they have finished 1 gen and are about to finish 2. These survivors are on top of it, though. They are not joking around. Only 1 hook, but it is a basement hook, which is pretty strong for Clown.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he's able to hold down some pressure with that basement, or if he's going to relinquish it, which we've seen many times. We've seen some people get basement and never pressure that basement again. And we do see Claudette coming in and getting caught, but Dr. Clown, Fiddle Me, and Timbers is not going to dedicate to the Claudette, instead turning around going for Zarina. And is able to get that, and the unhook happens while in chase. So is he going to turn around and go back for it? He is turning around to go and try to pressure it. But I don't know if he's going to have enough time. They're already working their way out. Ooh, and she probably has borrowed time and probably playing with a DS. Maybe. Maybe.
Oh, bait of the grab.
I think she just missed a DS. I'm pretty sure that we just witnessed a missed DS, maybe. Possibly. Possibly. I won't answer that question. She's an obsession, but I'm not going to tell you whether or not her perk includes DS just yet. I'm not giving it away.
They might have saved it. Clown
Maybe.
also runs Save the Best for last? I don't know.
We didn't see the skill check or anything happen, so I won't be telling you guys. I know the answer, but we'll wait. So Sad taking the hit into Killer Shack. Deity Squid getting unhooked in the basement again. So he was able to pressure basement and get some more hook pressure with the basement. As we see now, oh, what are they doing? What is this? Oh, giving him a Styptic agent.
Ooh.
Well played. Can we switch screens, please? And he does hit before the 8 seconds is up, so she gets that extra boost of speed and drops the pallet. Very nice play. Very nice. And Nia is working her way to the middle. Off to the outside now, working to the jungle gym. As we see all the survivors kind of in this one area. And one of them taking a hit on behalf of the Nia. Clown, I'm going to say it right. Clown seems to have shifted targets momentarily and then is again eyeing that Nia, thinking we really need to secure a kill early. If he gets her down, that would be death hook for Nia. And instead, he finds GPU, who may have gotten in the way on purpose to try to get him to go for that down instead of going for the Nia. And we do see a gen popping as well. And Nia is nowhere to be found. Ooh, instead, Nia trying to go for a weirdly positioned flashlight save. Not a bad idea, but not a great position to get that one. Unfortunately, wasn't able to secure it. However, they are not on death hook now because of the fact that they didn't get downed again. So that's good for them. And instead are going to be getting a heal. And GPU, again, using that deliverance just like last time to get off the hook by themselves. And Claudette gonna take a hit at the window. Unfortunately, that was a slow vault. Ooh, a very nice throw by Clown. Without a pallet here, too. This could be very deadly for Sad. And gonna drop early. Working her way around nicely, using the pallets very well in the windows so far. Only taking the hit, not getting down just yet, wasting a lot of the Doctor's time. 4 generators finished. This is a very, very time-wasty chase right now. However, working all the way to a map corner practically, and tried to do a styptic play, but unfortunately didn't really work. Wasn't able to hit it in time. We saw him start to heal himself for a moment, and was probably working to press the spacebar, and it just didn't pop up in time or something. I'm not really sure, but all 5 gens do pop, and these survivors may all be getting out again. Possibly.
Very possible.
Let's see how they do. Clown is a very good camper. I will say that, though. His bottles make it very difficult, if not impossible, to secure unhooks if he's camping it, which is exactly what he's doing right now.
And we know that they use Deliverance already, so one of their strats for getting out is gone, potentially.
Well, not entirely. Even though they don't have Deliverance anymore for the Nancy, the other one, I think, could still have it. They had 2 last time. It would make sense to have 2 this time as well, if they haven't changed their build at all. But it doesn't seem like they might not be going for this one. I'm not sure. They don't seem eager. I think they know. I think they know Clown is a really good camping killer, and they don't want to risk it on this one. Perhaps they're trying to get aggro,
Agreed.
but he's not really taking the bait. Yeah, he's not taking the bait. This is going to be tricky. They're going to try to go for it, but I don't think they're going to have a whole lot of success. But maybe I'm a liar. Maybe I'm a total liar, and they're totally going to have tons of success. Claudette getting down nicely. As we see now, she is going to take a borrowed time, maybe? She definitely had sprint burst. We saw the sprint burst. And Zarina getting out as well. Now, is she... Yeah, she's on second hook, so she doesn't have Deliverance or anything. She will be just struggle phase for this one. So I don't know if this was worth the exchange. They might have to rethink this and just take the out. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous that they can do the moonwalking on PC because I can't do it. So screw you, Nia. But, you know, stay in
They only
school,
have
kids.
2 more days of that. I'm pretty sure the new
pretty much.
animation.
I'm not even going to bother trying to learn it because it's gone very soon. So
Is it really gone? I thought it was just modified a bit. Can you not moonwalk after the new one?
no, pretty much gone. Yeah. Trying to go in for some blinds on the killer. May actually be able to successfully get some blinding. Very nice. Gets a blind there. Gets another blind. Clown's desperately trying to stay in sight of what's going on, but is not able to. Unfortunately, this might be a 4-man escape. Exactly what they were hoping to get. Clown getting some excellent bottle throws right here at the end. Absolutely beautiful plays. Someone's going down, though. Q-Top goes down. However, we do see Claudette working her way out. Squid working his way out, maybe. Oh, and another down on GPU. Unlucky. Agent, for some reason, they're crawling together. I suspect one of them has decisive strike, and he's hoping to get the wrong one picked up, relying on a bit of the RNG. But Q-Top,
Oh, no.
and a flashlight save at the end. Holy shit, that is insane. What is happening right now? This is madness.
Madness.
Does get the Claudette, though, and I think that's going to be GG for the Claudette, unfortunately. Everybody else possibly able to get out. I don't know what Nia is doing. She is dead on hook, my friend. And gonna give him a free hit at the last second here. Holy cow. Absolutely nuts. Just go, Neil. Give it up. Give it a rest. Holy cow.
my goodness.
Wow.
That was an enjoyable last game to watch.
The way that closed out was absolutely it's I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys. I have no idea what word that was. Frantic, fantastic, frantastic, maybe that's what I was going for. I don't know. I need to get off the NyQuil, but
My goodness, that was fun. Deity definitely has some moves when it comes to survivors getting out. Using the double flashlight to blind, I think that's what they were trying to work towards, was getting 2 flashlights out, so that way no matter where you look at any given time, you're going to get blinded, so you can't look away.
Yeah.
Really good coordination. That was some sick plays. I'm surprised they didn't bring Clown to begin with. I would have brought them over Ghostface, honestly. Clown actually did some work compared to Ghostface.
Yeah, it was just a struggle though at the end, unfortunately. But they did give some extra hook, despite how fun it was. They did give some extra hook points.
True. They could have. It
just
probably
let
did not
someone
work
die.
out in their favor. Yeah,
No,
did not work out for them in that way.
but they broke our scoreboard. If you look at that score, Sam, is that the final score? I do believe.
Word!
That's the final score. That's the first time we've ever seen 100 points.
Yeah.
Good
Okay,
night.
folks. Let's. Oh boy, let's do a post-game review. We'll be right back after this. Okay, folks, you've been watching Week 2 matchup division rivals We Can't Lose versus Deity. And yeah, Deity freaking crushed it, didn't they? Trial number 4, here's your post-game review. This is what went down. You're watching Vigo score it. We saw a total of 5 generators getting done, which honestly was just remarkable. 3 escapes in total. And 6 hooks, half the hooks needed to get a perfect game for the Clown, and only a 1K, unfortunately. So, not really able to do it, but 39 to 106 in favor of Deity. Deity coming in strong into this league and showing some incredible plays, convicted of murder. So congratulations to Deity. Well played, guys. We're going to hit some post-game cross-examination in a second, but here is some highlights. Rue, take it over.
Well, I will stay for a little bit anyway. I have to go in just a moment, but I will say that was, I think Deity just came to show, again, their killer picks, not taking, Trapper in that next game. They might have just been trying to show just what kind of team they are able to, what they're able to do as a team. That was absolutely insane gameplay from killer side and survivor side. We expected their survivor team to be strong, and they were like, oh yeah, we need a killer. That killer did really, really good. Though I guess if you're practicing constantly against your own team like this, you've been well established. Like, you've probably been stomped so many times. You've developed a certain skill set, you might say. And Q-Top, very adept at playing killer. Very, very good killer. I am glad for my own sanity that we did not face them in our division.
Oh, really quick mention, even though I know you're about to go, I just wanted to point out,
we do
that
face
was
them,
not
actually.
a missed
I'm
decisive
bad.
strike. There was no missed
that
DS.
was not?
It felt like one, because I think Nia might have been bluffing that she was holding on to it to get the Clown to think so, because she didn't start wiggling right away, which made me think that it was a missed DS. But then I looked at her build, and no, there's no DS there. As you can see it right there on the screen right now, actually. Nope, no DS. They were just the obsession, and I think faked it to make them think that they had it. Which is, yeah, that's some big brain stuff. I don't know.
For sure. That is smart. That is very smart. I'm trying to remember. I don't actually remember. I don't think. Yeah, their Deity is not in my division, so I don't have to face them in the main season. I would be sweating bullets going against a Survivor squad that coordinated. And they're aggressive too. They are not afraid of your killer. They will pop gens in your face. They will do very bold tactics to do saves. Very strong showing from Deity. Just what do you even say? They played this game so well. Great debut for them.
I mean, I think,
I'm curious
honestly,
what
when I see games like this, it just makes me want to do moment by moment breakdowns, which I mean we kind of sort of did in the moment, but I mean I want to actually like pause it and roll it back and say right here, this moment, like this is how good that game is. It makes me want to do that. When I see CDM games, I feel the same. So I'm actually really excited for early this week. We're going to see on Wednesday, CDM is going to be playing twice, a doubleheader on Wednesday, and we're going to see them going up against Deity as well for a makeup game. So that's going to be exciting. The division rivals there, we're going to have CDM, what do we call them, Sam? What's the word that we use? Defending champions. Yeah.
Going against Deity.
Wow,
and we have
you're
Q-Top.
so bad at the sports stuff.
Can you shut up, Sam? I'm doing my best, okay? I'm doing my best.
Well, it's like we got
I'm so
Q-Top in here.
sorry.
Are we going to be able to get anyone from We Can't Loop?
I
don't know, but
just sent him a message, but we can start with Q-Top because
Yeah,
I'm
let's start
pretty
with
sure there's
Q-Top.
a lot of questions. So we can start
And
with
Rue,
Q-Top.
if you got to
and
go,
then
you
come
can
back
go
to
and
Q-Top.
yeah, Sam, you can take over on interviews if you want, and I will chime in if I have a question too. And Rue, you can head
I
out
will
if
be
you
here
want to.
Wednesday, though. I'm excited for the Wednesday game. So I will see
Say
you
goodbye.
guys then. Thank you for having me. Very well. We'll see you Wednesday at 7. That is the correct time, 7 Eastern?
Yes,
I believe so.
I believe.
Excellent. See you guys then.
So
All right.
Q-Top, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. That was some insane gameplay. Y'all are very good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, normally we would ask, what do you think you need to improve on? So, yeah, I guess I'll start there. What do you think you need to improve on, if anything?
It's hard to say. Probably overall as a team, we've just been working on constant good positioning, making sure that we're all spread out, doing what we're supposed to be doing, and staying busy at all times. We like to have at least one person always on the gen, and just coordination as a team in whole is probably the biggest focal point right now.
I mean, y'all had loads of coordination. I would love to hear what y'all's call outs are like, what the comms are like, because y'all were very aware. Oh yeah, that Chef Mitchell going around you though, that was funny.
The one time I chose to moonwalk and they ended up with a good play. It put me through the ringer there.
That was funny.
I was really concerned going into this right away because your first couple of moments in the game where you were kind of hunting around and you seemed to just go to like a corner of the map and stuff. And I thought maybe they were right. Maybe they really do need a killer main. But no, then you start coming through and it's like your head's in it and you just start getting hook after hook after hook. And it's just continuous. It's just beautiful. And every single one of your shocks was useful. Not a single one of them was missed, I don't think. If maybe one, maybe. But for the most part, I don't think you missed most of your shocks.
Yeah, the reason typically we check edge map is assuming people are going to be hiding out corrupt or something like that along those lines. The reason why I did go edge map when I ended up finding, I think it was the Steve and the Doctor game, is I saw crows fly away. So that immediately is a tell that somebody's over there.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that. I might have tuned into you at like a little bit late to see that, but that does make sense. Seeing the crows fly away, it makes sense to go look there. And at first though, it did worry me a bit. I was like, maybe it's just going to be like a mediocre game, and then their Survivor Squad is really going to be the strong showing. But no, strong on both sides. Really well played for both of your killers.
I appreciate it.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
It's really funny because on I think Thursday I hit up Iverson and I'm like, all right, y'all got to go out there and play Deity. So, are y'all going to be ready? He's like, yeah, we got this new killer, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then their new killer didn't show up today. So I found out 10 minutes before the match started, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what we're coming with because our killer didn't show up. And I'm like,
that's upsetting.
I was like, oh no. And he's like, but we're still going to show out. We're still going to do our thing. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I hope y'all do really well. And, as you see, that was a 65-point difference. That's rough, especially knowing that they played down their killer.
Yeah.
They definitely needed everything coming at y'all today. So it was rough on their part, but it was still fun to watch. There was
it was a very fun matchup to play. It was a ton of fun to play against them. I had a good time.
Down at the end there, where y'all kept going back for the hooks and trying to get the 4 out. That was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of I love exit standoffs like that, but you never see them in the competitive side, because it usually doesn't come down to that, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in the end game there of the clown one, we were just trying to do whatever we could to get everybody out, and it was a ton of fun. I'm sure it was fun to watch, and it was fun for us as well.
Yeah, you should go back and watch it. You had me screaming at how amazing it was. I couldn't shut up. So it was fantastic.
That's awesome.
And another thing I was going to say,
and then the flashlights.
Yeah,
the flashlights. That was
saves.
also a lot of fun.
Yeah, we went with more an aggressive approach for the second game.
The first one had me giggling. I was like, "Oh, Nia, no, you're not going to get that one. Come on, that's that angle is absurd. You're not getting that." But after you got closer to the end and you had those much closer flashlights, and the one at the end there was just beautifully played. And oh my goodness, I thought everybody was going to get out. It was very close to everyone, and then just at the last second, Clown was able to capitalize on one of you. So.
At the very end, we had Saddleist, who was the Claudette. He forgot that he had to mend and dropped to the floor.
I saw him trying to hit the septic agent.
That's what that was. I was wondering what happened there.
He was trying to hit the septic agent.
Yeah, he forgot to mend and just ended up flopping on the floor, and it didn't really.
Heat of the
at
moment.
That point, Squid couldn't do much of heel teching there, so. Didn't really work out for us, but it was still a ton
I was
of fun.
very confused for a moment because I saw Claudette on the floor and I didn't see what happened because there was, clouds everywhere. And so I thought, wait, did he hit the Claudette? Like, I didn't even ask it because I was so enthralled in the moment, but my brain saw it and I was confused as to how there was a clown down there. Or, a Claudette. But my goodness, that was that was something else. And unfortunately, it didn't really play out. Clown is a good camper, so...
Yeah.
That first match really informed the last match because they saw that y'all were gonna make sure you got the 4 out, and they were like, "Okay, bet y'all gonna get 4 out. This is how we're gonna play for 4 out."
Right.
With the clown, and created a really, the fact that y'all got Hatch after getting the 4 out, like that was crazy because we weren't even able to follow the Hatch was gotten. It was all going down so quick with the protection hits and everybody getting out. So we missed the Hatch too. So then in the fourth match, they're like, yeah, they're going to come over here. I'm just going to camp right here because they're going to come get them. And it was well informed on their part. Exciting to watch on y'all's part. It was great.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. They played well. GG's too. We can't loop.
Yeah, since they're not coming... Oh, thank you for that, by the way. But since they're not coming in, I think we're going to have to move on. But I wanted to ask you another question. Sorry, excuse me. Which is... This Wednesday, you're going to be playing against CDM, which is the defending champions from last season. Are you guys prepared? Are you going to be watching any of CDM's games from last season or even this season to see like what you're going up against? Because they're a very strong team. Very strong team.
Yeah. We'll probably do some preparation here and there from now until then. Watch back VODs, see how they play, see what they like to do. And we'll definitely come ready for them. It'll be exciting to... go against the defending champs. So,
and then this is for you and for everyone. But if you go to the Discord, I will post in the Discord to the Captain's Court, which is every week we do this, or every game I upload all of the full gameplays without any commentary and with commentary on another audio track, so you can download them and re-upload them to your own channels, and as long as you give us credit and you link it back to us, and then you can also use it to review with your teams if you want, so you can get it without the commentary, so you can hear the full game through. And so that's something you see, the whole archives there, everything we've done this season.
Okay, that's awesome.
Cool.
We'll definitely look into that.
Awesome. Anything you want to say to the stream before we peace out?
Thank you for having us. This is our first time competing in here, and it was a ton of fun, and we look forward to continue doing it again. GG's to We Can't Loop. You guys are very good players. It was a ton of fun, and just thank you guys.
Thank you, man. It's been a pleasure. I had an absolute blast doing the commentary today. Thank you very much for that.
No problem. I'm glad I could help.
Okay, folks, so that is, you just watched it here. We Can't Loop versus Deity, 39-106, the highest score we've seen this season so far, and just an incredible showing from Deity coming in for their first game. Don't forget, though, this Wednesday we'll be back at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and also, you can go to vigoscourt.com, check out our website. You can join there, you can check out all the stats, you can see all the standings, when the games are going to be. We have updates there as well, and you can go to vigoscourt.tv, to get some merch. You can also type !merch, I think, into the chat, and that'll give you a link as well. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, check out our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, our group, our Discord. Do all the things that make you guys so wonderful. And that is it. Court is adjourned, and we will see you very soon. Take care of yourselves, folks. Bye-bye.
So before the first gen even pops. Trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Ricky's AT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. And that is an insta-down.